Presidential debate number 2 is at this site just over about 7 hours from now. It will get underway after a tumultuous couple of days for Donald Trump. The stakes really could not be higher for tonight. So what does he need to do to get ahead of this 2005 leaked video? Here is supporter, former Governor Mike Huckabee.
What he said and did 11 years ago, it's deplorable. But, you know, unlike Hillary Clinton, who thinks people are deplorable, it's what we do that can be deplorable. It doesn't mean people are deplorable or irredeemable. And he needs to just say, look, I did a terrible thing. It was inexcusable, and it was. And then take that off the table.
Dr. Gina Loudon is a Trump supporter, radio talk show host, and conservative columnist. Good to have you with us today.
Great to be with you.
So he's got his work cut out for him. What do you think he needs to do tonight?
I think he just needs to really level with the American people, be really honest, speak from his heart. My background's in psychology, and so that's always my focus and the angle I'm looking at. And I think that everybody in their life has done something they regret. Everyone can relate to that. So if he reaches out with hearts and talks about what he's gone through that has shaped him as a candidate, because having been a candidate myself and having gone through elections with my husband, who was a senator right here in Missouri, I know that campaigns teach you a lot about yourself, and some of it's not very pretty, and it can be humbling. And I think that if he answers questions like that, I think that he can tap that part of America that loves to forgive and loves redemption. And so that's what I'm hoping he'll do tonight.
What's your sense, you know, as someone who speaks for the campaign, of what's going on inside the campaign? Because there are a lot of stories this morning that there's a lot of tumult, there's a lot of disagreement, that he's depressed, one of them said, that, you know, do you put any credence in those? And what's your experience from what you know?
My experience from what I've seen of Mr. Trump is that this is his sweet spot. When he is down, we've seen it. How many times has everyone said he's done? And when he's down, this is when he comes back. He blazes back. And I fully expect him to be at his absolute best tonight. And I really think this may have been a tactical error on the part of the Clintons. I'm not sure they really wanted all of the things that happened with Bill and all of the cover-up and really desecration of the women that he abused in the Clinton administration. I'm not sure that Hillary really wanted to talk about that. And Mr. Trump was deferential, didn't bring it up in the last election. She's really left him with no choice now, and I'm not sure she might not regret that.
So you think he should go there tonight and bring that up on this stage?
You know, I would defer to him on that. I think that he'll make the right choice on that. If he does, I think that he'll talk about the fact that, you know, I mean, you look at Boko Haram and those women that Hillary never defended. You look at the 12-year-old rape victim that she, you know, defended this child sexual predator and said horrible things about this poor woman who's still out there today, a victim of what Hillary did. Then you take all of the women that Bill Clinton assaulted in various ways, and the fact that Hillary Clinton spent $100,000 of real money trying to dig up dirt on these women just to make their lives more horrible than they already were. And you look at that and you think, wait, there are words and there are actions, Martha. Which one is more damaging? And really, it comes down to the issues. She's the one who wants open borders. She has said that now, wants open trade. She said that to Goldman Sachs. She admitted to Goldman Sachs, hey, don't believe the things that I say out there to the voters. That's not what I really mean. What I really mean is what I'm saying to you right now. This is a very
I hear
clear
everything
choice.
you're saying, and I think, you know, from a campaign perspective, a lot of it probably makes some very good sense. Mm-hmm. But the women who live in the suburbs in these swing states, right, in Philadelphia, in Cincinnati,
yeah.
These are the women, you know, frankly, people like you and me. They're moms,
exactly.
They're educated, and many of them are independent voters who've been on the fence, and they've gone back and forth a few times in the polls. That's who he needs to convince. So when you look at the content of this videotape, because he has to get past that moment, if he can, and what he talks about in it. And some people are calling that, you know, that he's condoning assault, essentially, in that tape. So what does he need to say specifically about the words that he used and the vulgarity of those comments in order to put those women in those areas at ease?
I think those women are probably concerned about the same things you and I are concerned about. As you said, they're worried about that their college graduate is going to be able to get a job. They're worried about that open borders means that someone in their family could die, like Kate Steinle died. They're worried about, you know, the tragedy going on overseas that Hillary Clinton has in some cases facilitated, taken hundreds of millions of dollars for the Clinton Foundation from foreign governments that are in some cases very hostile toward us. Those kinds of things as a mother scare me a lot more than what some guy said, that he's admitted he's regretted, that he's apologized for, and no one died. think about Benghazi. People have died because of the things that Hillary Clinton has and has not done. And if that's the kind of president she's going to be, then I, as a mom, am going to want somebody who's going to keep my kids safe, keep their economic future intact, and keep our national security where it needs to be.
Well, we will see if he can articulate those thoughts as you just did. Maybe he will have. Maybe he will do well tonight. So, as a supporter for his, I'm sure he's listening to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you with us today.
Good to be
very
with you.
interesting.